Hey guys, welcome to another lesson of Pro Teachers Do. Today I have with me once again, Pika.
Hey.
And today we are going over a classic Batman story. One of the, when people say, what's the best story to give someone to get into Batman? I can't think of a better one than this.
Yeah, man, like I said already myself, this Hush is the very first comic graphic novel that I ever bought for myself when I started collecting graphic novels.
Well, that wasn't the case for me, but I do have the big omnibus. Although it's so ragged. See how ragged and well read it is?
You should see my Long Halloween one, because that has been needed to be...
Jim Lee signed it. I actually met the man when he came to Motor City Comic Con. Got paid all the extra to go to a special, all the special stuff after the convention.
Yeah. I only have 2 comics that have the creators signed. There's the
I got so many.
There's the volume 1 of the Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck.
With Don Rosa.
Yeah, I have that one, and then there's the oh my god, why?
Oh yeah.
Cut out. It was one of your boys, Zach's, that first comic that he made that has his
Jawbreakers.
Yeah, Jawbreakers. Yeah, I have Jawbreakers with Richard Myers autograph, and then the Don Rosa signed copy of Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck Volume 1.
Yep, I've got so many autographs, some from pros no longer around, including Perez. But anyway, yes, because we're going over Batman Hush. This is, again, a classic story. This is one of the ones that revitalized Batman for a lot of people outside of comics to come back to comics.
Yeah, I think the fact that Batman has a very detailed soles in his boots drawn. It's one of the indicators.
And the other thing is, this was Jim Lee's big return to comics after being behind the scenes for so long. Yeah, he hadn't done much comics once he started focusing more on Wildstorm. This was his big hurrah or big return to doing a monthly. He thought he had it good, and he did for the most part, although towards the end, things got delayed. But as Jeff Lowe put it, no one's going to recall the delays after it's all completed and collected. Which is true, let's be honest. Does anyone ever think about the delays unless they were there?
Yeah, probably not.
Yep.
Well, how many delays actually we have actually went through in the last decade? There was the Doomsday Clock delays. Then there was the Keaton's Batman, third Batman comic was delayed.
Oh yeah, that was delayed for some reason. What the heck was up with that? I'm sure there's a few others, but I can't think of all of them right now. But either way, though, this is a 12-issue story that really shook up so much. So let's dive right in. On Gotham City shipyard, almost midnight. I have 1 minute and 13 seconds left. After that, no time to pick the lock. The asset's faster, but unpredictable. Had to risk it. If I don't find the hostage before he gets back, the FBI and DEO will cut the power. They will either make my job harder or easier. I'll know in the next few seconds. This is the end. This is NN. I got movement down here. Neelis Nathan, former CIA op, right-handed. The poison in the tips will paralyze his arm, then go to work on his head. Tommy Harper. He's listing up all these different people. This is Jeff Loeb just showcasing how well he is. Now, here's the thing about Loeb, especially by this point. This is before the death of his son, before he had his big mental breakdown. Before all that, this was Loeb showing what he is very good with handling characters and knows how to write to his artist's strengths.
Yeah, it looks like it is opening with the first person perspective shows it, and like we can get to see this from Batman's point of view, and this basically makes you almost feel like see from his perspective. And
okay, right. Where's the boy? I swear I don't know. You're lying. No, no, no. And yeah, then he's trying to like stay down on the floor and cover your ears. So yeah, they say a kid was abducted. I'm going to get you out of here. Again, so much of his artwork has basically become the new redefining for Batman.
Yeah, this is maybe the simple design, but the way how it's drawn. This.
But yet he's at that right level of muscular, muscular structure and everything. Like you can see a hint of Frank Miller's Batman, but not too much.
There's also kind of if you want to think about it, most of that is probably not like a very thin fabric over his actual muscles. There's bound to be some muscle-shaped protective shielding under the suit.
That's very true. But yeah. So go back. And so yeah, he saves him, and he's trying to get the kid out. Now, obviously, I'm not going to read through everything because we'll be here forever if I do.
Yeah.
Now I know this is a big part because you're going to be doing the Batman Hush movie. You know what the one downside I'm going to say right off the bat about that movie is?
It's set in the DC animated original movie.
Yes, exactly. It's less an adaptation and more of an incorporation. It's no different than if it was an adaptation for a TV show.
Yes, and because of that, I remember the one time I watched it back when it came out, it was one of the changes that instead of Croc in that movie, there's Bane.
Which Bane didn't even show up in this book. And
there we can see in the background there's Catwoman.
Yeah. Oh, I love that detail. But you should not have come here. This doesn't involve you. And this is the first time we would get the monstrous Croc. Even says he even mentions how Croc seems to have gotten worse. While Croc's, I need that money. I'm gonna eat you alive. Croc, the kidnapping was never Croc's MO. Too many variables, too many things that could go wrong. Bottom line, he's not that smart. I'd argue that he used to be a crime lord.
It was basically that Croc was originally just most of a man with a skin condition, and
which was he was a strong guy too. Because remember, he actually fought Bane when Bane first arrived.
Yeah, this could be like the skin conditioning being mixed up with the metal gene activating. Or
pretty much, that's more than just his MO's changed. His body, maybe it's mind, or maybe his mind has mutated. Your bones will snap. Your blood will fill my belly. Because that was the whole thing about this as well, was to redefine a lot of the Batman villains too, and showcase them in each issue. I mean, I'm gonna let him beat me to the pulp. Where Croc hasn't strength and speed, he lacks in other areas, and a vulnerability to hypersonic. 10,000 bumblebees at 1,000 decibels. Roar! He was willing to kill me and the boy for certain. What did he need the money for? Yeah! Edward, be quiet. I was never a Boy Scout. FBI, stay where you are. Not how we would have handled it. This is my city. And let me finish. But you got results. The boy is safe, and the money. Where the hell is the money? Uh-oh, and there's Catwoman.
Yeah, and we can actually see her stealing the money somewhat in the corner of one panel while Batman and Croc were fighting.
I'm looking.
Previous.
Probably. Yep. You don't even pay attention to that. But yep. So yep. And that's a classic photo too, isn't it? So many classic images from this. Catwoman. What took you so long? This too is unexpected. You're back in Gotham City, and you're as observant as ever. Jewels, museum pieces, private homes, but ripping off someone else's take just isn't her style. I've known Catwoman, Selena Kyle, for years. It seems like each step we take towards each other, we only get further apart. Like the view, it's about the only thing you're going to catch tonight. Don't be so sure. But if something cuts his line. You were saying, Batman, this again, something unexpected as he falls, like one chance, my shoulder breaks. First my body betrays me, then my city falls suit.
There's just one thing about the early installment weirdnesses, because nowadays, especially after Batman Begins came out, they incorporated the idea that Batman could spread his cape as a paraglider or something like. But
True.
It's not even an option now. To
be fair, he has done that before. I think in this case, though, because of how high up he was, it wouldn't have done him much good.
And the cape was probably ripped to shreds by Croc, so it wouldn't have made.
Well, it didn't look that. Yeah, especially around the edges where it normally would have. Boom. Because remember, that's been there since Batman. The first Batman movie. Remember him going.
Yeah.
But yeah, so again, I'm pretty. Because look at it. If he's close enough to grab a gargoyle, it probably would have been too close for him to be able to get activated. Plus, had he ever activated mid-fall? I think if you do it mid-fall, it's kind of like an umbrella.
Yeah. The Arkham games have spoiled us.
Yeah, but anyway, of course, any problems? Batman, and he couldn't keep up. You sound disappointed. Would that matter? Not really. As long as you have the money. How would you say? Perfect. Now bring me the money. That's it. You know you can't resist me. No man or woman can. I think this is the first. There was the first confirmation of her being bi.
Yeah.
Now Selena was already confirmed as bi beforehand. But yeah, that was a good start.
Yeah. Went through a somewhat at a certain pace, but still had the needed effect.
Yep.
Not to mention the way how Jim Lee draws the backgrounds and certain aspects. But when you reread them, you can see some things foreshadowed, like Catwoman in the background and how she snatches the money while Batman is fighting Croc.
I love in the Absolute Edition. There's a lot of commentary and everything about all the details they slipped in. Hold on. Because there's an annotation like eagle-eyed enthusiasts will spot the modified HKMPAs, the Robin sign in the background as a reference to Robinson. One of the Voorhees' biggest, strongest competitors is known as Kal-El Super Storage. Voorhees, get it?
Okay, let's get into those when we. This
is all the first issue what we just went over.
Shit.
Yeah, or Catwoman just stole $10 million, 100,100 bills. Yep, in that itty bitty sexy stainless steel briefcase. Realistically, I bet you could vacuum pack $500,000. So it's just a little commentary stuff from Jim Lee. But yeah, it's like. A better fix would say it was $1 million cash and $9 million in bearer bonds, whatever the heck those are. Sure, sounds convincing. Yeah, he's poking fun at that, and then he said. Then the cover, he says, in this cover, Batman's pretty much a wreck. Yep. The cover seeks to represent both Batman's pain and anguish, and the bond between Ivy and Catwoman is depicted by the red roses. Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah, so yeah, we then say like, you think he's dead? I saw him fall. Now this is also, I think it's been established before, but about there being stuff in the cowl. But I think this is one of the most effective ways of showing it. Again, that's what makes it such a good first time story, so people know stuff like, hey, what would happen if someone tried to fall off the cowl? That's what would happen. Did you see that? Didn't even touch him. And then it's like, gonna beat him up. He still gets zapped. Oh yeah,
this was in Dark. That was in the Dark Knight too, where they try to take Christian Bale's cowl off, and
but that turned out that guy there, the Korean markings on the bandana, it's his original Korean name. That's the Jim's. Jim Lee's original Korean name. Yup.
Well.
Yep. Yeah, get out of the way. And then No, H. I only meant. Oh wait. Okay, here it is. Okay, is there anyone else in the area? Thanks for the voice of confidence. Oh, no, H. I only meant in case you need backup. Shut up, O. I know what you meant. Her new outfit.
Oh.
Of which, believe it or not, so yeah, but he even talks about how he wanted to find a good balance of everything, of armor and stuff, but didn't want to make her a tank. Hence the midriff.
I remember Gail Simone tried to give it some justification in Birds of Prey about her doing 500 sit-ups a day.
Now, I will also say this. I do like how there's a cross.
Because she's Catholic.
Yeah, she's Catholic. So I like that, how he incorporated a cross into the design. It's not a perfect cross, obviously, but it's clearly meant to be one. A Batgirl. Oh, you're trying to tick me off. I love that. Especially because she was Batgirl for a brief time.
Yeah.
Tell everyone Huntress did this to you. I know. Which, yeah, that's the story where after how long of the two having a hot, cold partner, working relationship, did they finally come around? Or I think that was also in part because Denny O'Neil was finally off the book after No Man's Land. Danny O'Neil, I love Danny O'Neil, but he had kept a lot of traditions going on a bit too long. You know what I'm saying? Damn you. Not going down. Not in front of you. And also, after all we've been through, she still fights for my life. So much rage. Not sure I ever saw it before. She's better than she knows. But wastes too much energy proving it. So Loeb is for the first time not only having Batman finally acknowledge a lot of her strengths and everything, but he kind of sets the seeds of her. If things had gone differently, she could have been the Batman of Gotham or Batwoman of Gotham. He actually then plays with that in Superman Batman when they go to a gender swap universe. Rather than her being Bryce, it's Helena.
Yeah, that's the.
That was
the fourth volume.
Yeah, his last arc.
Yeah,
he has that where so many other people were gender swapped except for Helena. Unfortunately, so many others would then go with Bryce way instead. But I actually like this, because that's one thing I can't stand is when the gender swap universe is just perfectly like, oh, they're just gender bends. When it's like, that doesn't always have to be the case.
It's a two-edged sword. You can have some changes and then other changes, but then some changes that didn't happen, you just end up going, if that's different, then why is that the same?
Exactly.
Like cake and eating it. Not allegory.
Yep, but then the Batmobile shows up and I set the car on auto relay. It should be there any minute. No kidding. Car door. He's hurt pretty bad. Get him in the car. He feels all broken. I gotta say, this was a little. No wonder the others haven't accepted her. Have to speak to the Dick about. Bruce, you do know what Helena and Dick has done before, right? Don't open that. I know he does.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He used it to his advantage during No Man's Land. To trick her into a meeting so he can reply, I know you're Batgirl, take it off. So yeah, he knows. What the hell? I think that's Loeb's flaking a little. Or meaning he needs to tell her to for him to get over it. But anyway, so they get in there and then drives off. I'm sure he can. When he can, he'll want to thank you himself. This is me holding my breath. Friend, and without friend, no one could choose to live, though he had all other goods. Can we get some light in here? Plants like the light. Is that my app? Yes. And Catwoman, not a problem. Batman, however, will. Hello? I'm afraid I'm afraid, Master Bruce, that if you could hear me, there's far too much damage for my particular skills. And your skull is fractured, and Alfred, I've contacted Chandra Kingslaw. Her experience with mending Bruce's back may prove beneficial. Oh, that was from the woman who worked in the bat, but then she had a complete breakdown. Of course, even says, begging your pardon, miss, but I believe Dr. Kingslaw is not quite right in the head. She got better. They don't go anywhere with that, but I do like the acknowledgement.
Yeah, at least, her experiences that she went through in Knight's Quest and so on.
And referencing that era, I think also it tells us that Lois wanting to tap into stuff from that era, which in a subtle way could be foreshadowing to who the ultimate traitor was at the end. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. Right. Yeah. Very good, then. We'll have to make the necessary arrangements to explain Master Bruce's condition. I can have Dick wreck the Porsche, which is what they did in Nightfall. Remember the Porsche?
Oh, I remember when they found after they managed to get Batman from Bane. After Bane threw Batman to the streets, they took him with an ambulance, and Dick went to do that.
I love that. But then afterwards, they smashed the Porsche. But then, hold on, I'm getting some sort of involuntary nerve response from his left hand. Or perhaps not involuntary. Morse code. Oh, Thomas. Oh dear, he's delirious. Recollecting his own father. No, I'm mistaken. Thomas Elliot. Yep, yes. Good show, sir. Splendid idea. Alfred, who is Thomas Elliot? Someone whose name I have not heard in a very long time. I'm Alfred. If I could smile. And so they explain it all about everything going on. And I think that it's still, since no one movie still haven't had out yet, it is still around the point where I think Lucius is still not in the known. Or if he is, it's only in the loosest of sense. But
in November on a Thursday.
Yep. But then he's remembering all that, and then here's Elliot shows up, and that's supposed to be Schlop's loving. Or King's loving.
They show her.
Yeah, that's her right there. That's her
right there. Capable of assisting a surgery.
Exactly. That's what even says right here. Yep, Sharp Eye saw Dr. Chandra Kingsloving in panels 1 and 2. And then, but I just love it. Why does everyone look so serious? This is just brain surgery, folks. I'll help us back out in the golf course before lunch. Bruce, if you wanted to get together after all this time, you didn't have to try to kill yourself to do it. I gotta say, I did. This was an interesting way of introducing a new character that Bruce is known, but we didn't. I do like that, especially my mother, always well-meaning, suggested I call a classmate and go out with one of them instead. Angry, I told her I had no friends at school. I lied to my mother. There was always Tommy Elliot. This was one of the better ways of bringing up a childhood friend in. And ironically enough, that's the key part of the story. And would you agree with that? Because Tommy, you get this interesting vibe about it. You're like, who is this guy? I like that moment. You didn't have to try to kill yourself to do it.
It goes. Man.
Yeah, but then, I love the watercolors for the flashbacks. I love this.
Yeah, as someone who draws some things sometimes in the causal sense, this kind of coloring done in the watercolors, this is something like.
Oh, it is a Stratego they're playing. Have you ever heard that board game? You ever heard that Stratego?
Don't think it was advertised very much when I was when the other board games I grew up with, but if it's an actual thing, then I believe it's a thing.
Okay, well, to be fair, even when he drew this, Jim Lee never played it himself. But especially the way he painted it. But actually, I'm offering to save your life. Just try and kill me. Bruce, you're already dead. How can you tell? You haven't even moved yet. it won't happen in the next move. It's 6 moves from now. You forgot your most important piece, Bruce. I've got my general guarded. Not your general, your spy. You always do this, Bruce. You always attack without knowing your opponent's weaknesses. As long as you can't think like me, you'll never beat me. But I can always think like you. Ah, you got me! Aww. Again, this is interesting. And to be fair, there's always so much of Bruce's childhood that has been both mined and yet not mined.
Yeah.
And of course, Doctor.
Or if it's a dream, it might be some kind of
but it's real. But it's real. But it's real.
Of it.
But it is real, as we find out from later flashbacks. It's like they're brothers. All the brothers I've known argue all the time, Martha. You know what I mean, Thomas. Actually, this is one of the few times that I do. Barring some sort of unforeseen disaster, I think our son has finally found a best friend. The kind that you know your entire life. Doctor, I think you can handle from here. Why don't you close up? Well, I don't know if Mr. Wayne will ever play the violin again, but I think it's safe to say that Wayne out of danger. Again, I do like his comedy, his bedside manner, so to speak. You get this vibe of arrogance, which you got here, but still well-meaning. It throws you for a loop, but at the same time, he's a new character. You already are, and we have a new villain. Everyone's always going to have in the back of their mind. That's one downside of storytelling. Would you agree with that? There's definitely one downside of storytelling like that. But then, of course, we make war. I barely survived that fall. Had it not been for Tommy, had it not been for Alfred, had it not been for Huntress, had it not been for Clayface, and Oracle, had it not been that somebody cut the rope, that we may live in peace. Now, of course, the fact he's doing that, even though by Jimmy Olsen, by the way, because it's from the Daily Planet.
Oh yeah.
Again, this is just such a strong story. And again,
you're also just look at the articles written by Lois is also, it actually has some actual text written in as an actual
about Wayne Industry and all that.
Yeah. Nowadays it would be just lorem ipsum and something else.
Yep. And like I said, I do like how even by the very end we do get explanations for everything. Like, why out of all this time did he remember Tommy? Well, we'll get that eventually. But and go to hell. What did you need the $10 million for? Let me out and I'll show you. We're done. Don't turn your back on me. I'm talking to you. Someone planned for the case. So this is all I'm going to the mind about this rant of $10 million. And wait, there's another hint here. Quick thing, I can't go back to it, but Bruce's pose that he had laying down on his back, it says here, his death pose is supposed to mirror his own current predicament, as well as a harbinger of his parents' future death, the way he was laying back. Yep. And and then of course this one is Arkham Asylum guard Brad McQuaid, named after a friend of his who worked on EverQuest. He was the creator of EverQuest.
Need to look that up too at some point.
Yeah, it was an old MMORPG.
Yeah, that's EverQuest.
Yep, Batman. So yeah, they even say something has happened to him. Something has happened to him. He's mutating, losing even more of his humanity. So whatever knowledge he has that the crime will be lost within the corridors of his mind. Yeah, they never really go with that. Was his mind being that bad? But of course, this and then the Arkham Asylum games is what cemented Monster Croc.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't know how to feel about that. I like it, but I always wish people. I hate how people forgotten the old Croc.
I don't think. Well, that's probably one reason why when David Ayer was doing the Suicide Squad movie, he had Croc be like somewhat of a both.
Yeah, exactly.
Sort of but he looked like the old Croc and had the new Croc's some kind of meta abilities.
Yep, like he's loose. I'll kill all of you. No, you won't hurt anyone else. Too slow. Get back or I'll gut him. Oh, and I'm like, hold on. Yeah, leaving me a monster to send a monster to send a monster. Because he's saying, like, I need to know who orchestrated it. I'm getting out of here. Get my money back. Go ahead and follow me. I haven't eaten since lunch. I don't like this. I don't like you. Waller! Yep, and this is back when this is still during the time when she was President Luthor's head of meta-human affairs. Like, that's all right. I'm not here to be liked. I don't need. And again, he does all these summaries in ways that make sense. It doesn't come off like out of character for Batman's thoughts, and yet still explain the character for again new readers.
Yeah, this also works pretty well, like a Dexter kind of monologuing done in real time.
Or Dexter was based off of this.
Yeah, it could be both. Actually, that's the kind of monologuing that should be used more. Not something that's done in like a retrospective or told after the story has been told, but right when as the story is happening, that kind of real-time narration. That's what they should do more.
Yeah, exactly. It makes it hard because at the same time, you always have to do stuff like while the other person's talking, you're going to have to dub over, but you have to find that right audio balance so you're not losing what the other person's saying, even though that will still lead the audiences wanting to focus on the main character talking, and they might miss out on important information. Unless you write the story to be intentional.
Animes do it all the time.
True. But yeah. You mean he's the father's boy was a major contributor to Luthor's campaign.
Oh.
So yeah, got until midnight to find him. And then I love this. That car is meant to be on. Yeah, that's an Aston, that's a Vanquish. You know, from Die Another Day. James Bond movie.
Yeah, I don't know that movie.
Oh, there's the Batmobile down below, I should point out. But I do like how Tommy comes in to check on him. Again, you can look it up as a longtime friend or whatever. But yeah, so basically, yeah, he's heading out over there like, good evening, Tommy. Hello, Elf. I apologize, sir, for the informality. You are Dr. Thomas Elliot these days, aren't you? No need to apologize, Alf. I'm delighted that despite a few years and a few pounds, you still recognize me. Well, sir, I have the advantage of seeing Master Bruce put on those same few years and few pounds, as you put it. I have forgotten your delightful penchant for calling me Elf, oddly enough. Glad to see you've kept that dry sense of humor. Speaking of dry, aren't you going to invite me in? I like to check up on my patient. Of course, only Master Bruce isn't at home right now. Nothing serious, I hope. Quite the opposite, I'm afraid. Going off in search of a lady, I believe he said. Oh, Alf, as his surgeon and an old friend, tell him something for me. This is a dangerous game he is playing, sir. This going out and about when he should be in bed alone, dangerous. Again, the double meaning on that. But again, it's so obviously leaning towards, oh yeah, he knows.
Oh yeah, because it's running, raining and storm, and back when this flashback took place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, right here. Yeah. Alf.
No, it's not so different.
Yep. Can I talk to Bruce? What are you doing out there in the rain, you knucklehead? There's been an accident. My mom and dad, their car. And sure enough, his father actually saves his mother. Father didn't make it. Oh yeah. You said stick a needle in my eye. Thanks, Bruce.
Oh.
And that's right when he found like when he says, yeah, and but could he even promise his dad will save both of them? When he did it, liar, you promised. What'd you do that for? Bruce, be quiet. Why'd you have to tell me it was going to be okay, Bruce? Why?
Downsides of optimism.
Exactly. Especially for a kid. Although punching him was a bit extreme. But I did like how even Thomas, he just saw the kid who was like a brother for his son, deck him. Yet he's, I mean, I think a slap would have been better than a punch for Thomas to be more that accepting. But at the same time, though, he also knows Thomas is grieving. Or Tommy is grieving. So it's one of those things where I think the punch was a little much.
Yeah.
Hold on. Is there anything else for this? Not yet. Oh yeah, he's always Batmobile driving in front of that damn hospital again. It's everywhere because it's the hospital building.
Mm.
But yeah, all of a sudden then the tire gets shot out.
Mm.
Oh, and yes, this is meant to be a nod to Dark Knight Strikes Again. The fist.
Oh yeah, the way how it's going upwards.
Yep. And that's what it says right in here. I love artist commentary tracks like this, don't you?
Yeah, even if even the story was not very good, the story being referenced was not very good. It's
I know, artistic wise, I know, but of course, Oracle's freaking out because again, someone's going after him hard. The fact someone blew out the tires, as even Batman himself will point out, that shouldn't have happened. It's outfitted with a Kevlar reinforced tires. Bill is petroleum jelly. It's the sort of thing they use on the presidential stuff or armored car. Blowout is next to impossible. And as we saw, someone shot it.
Mm.
Hello, kitty. I want my money. You and me both. It was Poison Ivy. Wrong answer. Ivy got word to me in Arkham. Said I'd find you here tonight. We've been set up. Ivy was supposed to meet me here. She used me to steal the money. I don't have it. And there's no reason not to kill you. I've heard enough. No! I told you earlier this evening you won't hurt anyone else. Catwoman, move! It was Catwoman who took the money from Croc on ransom. I was disappointed to find out Selena was stealing again. And now I'm oddly relieved to learn that she was not entirely responsible for her own actions. To know she is not part of this. It's after midnight. You have to understand. The only way out of this is to talk to me. Someone is playing us. You, me, Catwoman, maybe even Ivy. You have to trust me, Croc. Look at me. Look at what I've become. The money was to fix. Killer Croc, it's the FBI. Stay where you are and put your hands in the air. Idiots. Lawyer, I knew I couldn't trust you. I'll kill you for this. Croc, we can still. Damn it. I'll kill all of you. Lighthouse, they capture him. Waller, all men and by nature desire knowledge. There's the Robinson stuff again.
Yeah.
Batman.
Croc is not seen after this anymore in the story, right?
Nope. I found Poison Ivy. My sources tell me she's relocated. She's in Metropolis. I want in on this. Listen, you've saved my life. So the years, you've done more than that once. I don't think I've ever properly thanked you. Don't. We've done this dance for a long time. Too long. Aren't you at all curious? Criminals by nature are cowardly and superstitious like. To install fear into their hearts, I became a bat, a monster of the night. And in doing so, I became the very thing that all monsters became. Alone? And now,
it's kind of funny that if you think that is what's going through his mind as this is happening.
I know, but the thing is, though, think about this. Up until this point, there really hasn't been much of the Batman-Catwoman relationship post-crisis. Like, at all. When you really think about it. And they might have toyed with it very loosely. This is the first time they just went heavy-handed, hardcore, balls deep with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just give me a second, just double check a few things. Okay. But yeah, so and here comes them. What would become the reinvigorating of the overplaying of Batman versus Superman? That's the next issue, but this is what leads into it. Welcome to the jungle. Oh, that's a great cover.
Yes, kind of ominous and
yes, it's allusion to the crucifixion.
Yeah,
but but the other inspiration was actually the Vitruvian Man.
Okay, that makes sense too.
Yeah, especially the way Batman is behind her.
Yeah, he's the arms going like this. Catwoman's on the side, on the 40 degrees angle, and well, it would probably look weird if there were if Batman had his legs spread out behind Catwoman like that. That probably would have been too much.
And yes, they actually say here they wanted this to be everything Gotham wasn't. So they showed in the daytime, shiny, almost golden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember when I was somewhat younger, I tried to use redraw and use some of these models when I was doing some kind of my own fan comic, which unfortunately I lost all of those pages when I had to move 3 times over the last few decades.
Yep. Oh, I should point out for Thomas and Martha, he actually used Ale Garza and his wife as the references. Ale Garza, known for his time at Wildstorm. But I love all his mind's going through so much. And Bruce, it is you. I've been yelling like a fool halfway across the airport. I'm sorry, Tommy. My mind must have been. I was just thinking about you. More like you were thinking about skirts. If half of what your reputation is true, well, Tommy, yeah. Dr. Thomas Elliott, the surgeon saved my life and my childhood friend. My father had a medical convention to attend. My mother thought we'd spend some time together. My father brought Alfred. I brought Tommy. And I did again. These flashbacks incorporates their relation because I like that how you're actually filling it in rather than just having us accept it in the present day. You know, showing no, it's sincere.
Yeah, this is kind of like not
most
like
other people would have just
enough shown that you can get invested to the character.
Yep, I love it. Do you remember the time my father brought us here? Say, you really were thinking about me after all. Be a sport and let's ride together, unless you're meeting someone. Salita, easy boy. You play your cards right in. There will be plenty more where that came from. So in other words, she kissed him a bit of manipulation.
Naturally.
Which that is something they've done that song and dance before. Oh, I love this. Back when in Green, people forget now. Be fair though, Green Lantern operating Gotham more than when you're in retcons than Metropolis, but him being in Metropolis still makes sense.
Yeah, he's actually somewhat.
Yeah,
good.
But he was always the Superman. He was always the Superman of the JSA's era. Once Superman was removed, even JSA Golden Age emphasized that. And I love that. But yeah, just watching this fight and everything, and how he's Tommy's observing it and all that. But yeah, so yeah, things change. If we're talking about Metropolis, it actually happened here overnight. Yeah, because this is after the B13 stuff that upgraded the city to be more like the animated series. The Brainiac 13 virus.
I think I'm somewhat familiar with
that. Was from Superman Y2K.
Okay, I might need to reread that.
Yeah, that was during when Jeff Loeb was actually working on the Superman books.
All right.
Yeah, so this is a reference to that, where basically they wanted to find a way to make it like the animated series look, so they had to be Brainiac 13 came to the future, brought his B13 tech, and upgraded the city. And then eventually afterwards, they removed it all. And during a story that brought, ironically enough, since Jim Lee drew this, Mr. Majestic to the DC universe for a short time. Raymond and I had gone over that story.
Okay, I'll look it up at some time when
Yep,
but yeah, have it in the background while I'm getting to the editing process of some future video. Maybe definitely family one. But
yeah, he's showing like he's being a concerned friend and everything. Like, I take very good care of myself. I don't doubt that, but I'm not sure you've given yourself adequate time to heal. You're not Superman, you know. Hold on a second. I'm moving my page over to the other monitor. Hold on.
Oh.
Because I've been having my mic in my way.
Yeah.
And then don't go.
I have my mic on something like this. Like I can just move it.
Yep, but yeah, basically, he gives her a because Metropolis is a big city. It's if she finds Ivy first, suppress it. So I call, you come. You can't train a cat to do that. Oh, and if I find Ivy first, you're gonna have to wait your turn. I hope she's worth it. Huh? Who? The girl, I assume. The girl. I assume it's a girl. Don't be so coy, Bruce. I know my conversation wasn't all that scintillating, but I know that faraway look anywhere. I've seen it on my own face a few times, and I hope to disappoint you, but I was thinking about work. Uh-huh.
It's somewhat layered conversation when you think about all the aspects of it.
Because again, he is it's so clear that he's manipulating Bruce and Selena together too. To play at his heart. Maybe even to even distract him. That is made clear later on. But again, the way Tommy's handled here, it's interesting because people basically think he's either going to die or he's going to be the villain.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I want you to, I still have those antique war game pieces. You still have them? I do actually. And I have mine. Up for a game? You're on. And I want you to actually show up for an appointment with me to check on how you're doing. That's 2 somethings you want me to do for you. It is, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and how many P's in therapist? 1, Lois. Oh, I love his Lois here. Like, I knew putting a florist in the lobby of this building was a good idea. How's my favorite gal reporter? Bruce! Lois, I'm not sure that PDA is the most appropriate form of behavior with the owner of the Daily Planet. PDA? Public display of affection. You can take the boy out of Kansas, Bruce, but Lois A. Clark. He made the choice to be honest with her, to share both sides of his life. Could I find the trust in? Mind if I log into your computer, Lois? Stock tips. Anything you need, Bruce. Clark, dinner is going to have to wait. I understand. If I had to read all that, would I have been jealous or rich? Neither. You would have been bored to tears. No, seriously, Bruce. Other than my sparkling personality, what brings you to... Oh, Bruce! Lucius warned me you might be dropping in. Buy you a drink? At the bed. Have you run my newspaper into the ground yet? Not for lack of trying. I always love Perry. Of course, I have a highly paid top reporter who needs to think that newsrooms is where news is going to be found. Hey, you'll have the therapist rapist story with 1 P on your desk before you get back. Great to see you too, Perry. Well, so much for flirting with the billionaire playboy to find out what he's really doing here. I hope I didn't make you too jealous, Mr. Kent. As long as I'm the one going home with you, Mrs. Kent, flirt away. I love that. He's secure enough.
Yeah.
Can you know she's a reporter? She's a reporter.
Yeah, needs to do
to do what it takes for the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Have fun being all tight and flight. And remember, despite how he behaves when he's, you two are friends. That's the other thing. He brings back even stronger the world's finest, which eventually leads to a Superman Batman book. Oh, and yeah, there's during the point when Talia is in charge of LexCorp while Lex is president.
Yeah,
you could come to Metropolis more often. This is a social visit. Is it ever? What does the detective want from me? The company makes a chemical called ethylene. Yes, a plant hormone. Raising Aztec Gila, are we? Is that surprise I saw flash in your eyes? I never was just a pretty face. Talia, if someone in the city has acquired large doses of ethylene, I have to know. You're vibrating. I'm needed elsewhere. My past relationship with Talia was complicated. You can still tell that he's playing off of it, but he's not a fan of it.
Yeah, not to mention the relationship between Bruce and Talia is still that.
Before demons have been revealed.
And not to mention, at this point, Son of the Demon was not canon exactly.
Well, to be fair, you know that Morrison has said he didn't intend to reference Son of the Demon. He didn't even remember it when he did it.
Yeah, even if you take it aside, Bruce and Talia's relationship, it was somewhat that Bruce was okay with it, but not to the extreme ends of it. It's an idea that he would have probably agreed, and most cases he probably was with going with
Right. Now, but anyway, but of course, like,
so and because of that, Talia would probably see and know Bruce better than Bruce would expect her to know him. So,
exactly.
Okay, yeah, moving on.
Yep. I love this. I interrupted something, didn't I? Not many women can wear Chanel No. 5 and make it work. Sorry, that was catty. Again, this is Loeb at his best before his breakdown. That's why I feel his stuff at DC was his last great work because, you know, his son's death is what may have him had a breakdown. Then he started doing stuff like Ultimatum and all that. Yeah, I kissed her. It got done. I've come back for you. Have you? It's like you said, no one can resist you. Yes, but I can always tell when someone's pretending. That was the last time you ever lay a hand on me. It doesn't have to be like this. There's money, so much money that not interested, but I have been curious. Do you bleed green? And curiosity kills the you-know-what. The plants don't like it when you touch their mother. Which?
That sounds like a censored replacement.
True, but well, let me check. Hold on. Was it that way in the comic? Nope, it was still witch.
Huh.
Even in this comic. But then, of course, so the kitten brought champion. Good. I brought mine too. No, not here. Not now. Not him. If you come near if you come near her, you'll have to go through me. You heard the man, my Superman.
This is actually interesting twist going on that
the kryptonite lipstick.
Between Clark's previous appearance at the planet when he suited up and now.
Yeah, how did she? They never explained that. My guess is he found out where she was because he's an investigative journalist. I think he could have figured it out himself, tried to figure it out, and she got the drop on him. Like he was probably observing. You know how he sometimes does that, like Batman does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hate this city. We came hunting for Poison Ivy for crimes she committed in Gotham City. She's taken control of Superman. What hit us? He did. Lover, kill him. Tell me you have a plan. If I know him, and I do, I know what his next move will be. What he doesn't know is what my next move will be. Down! You think? We've got seconds before he realizes we're not going to stand and fight. Where are we going? Not yet, anyway. They're getting away. No! Selena's panicking. Cats in water. She's going to have to trust me. I'm going to have to trust her. Given the situation, at its best a distraction, and the worst could get us killed. Seconds. Thoughtless, worthless, stupid man. I can't kill, but you already have. My plants are my children. So we were killing her plants. Are you starting to resist? Foolish. No man can resist me, even Superman. Now come closer so I can remind you what will make me happy. Green lipstick! We can't outrun him. He's faster than well, you know. Oh, are we in position? And close enough. Difficult to get a heart fix given how far in the ground you are. Whatever she's saying, I hope it's good news. Handy having that Oracle girl. The parasite used and once fought him and used these tunnels to escape. Leadline sewer system, courtesy of LexCorp. Hooray for Lex Luthor. You studied Superman, haven't you? He's the best at what he does. That's open to debate. I said he's the best at what he does, not at what I do. You don't come to Metropolis and not be prepared for him. Again, the artwork is just so great.
Yeah, not even the coloring with the lighting also. The effect with the kryptonites glowing up here also, looking at how much is in the dark and the green glow in the.
Yep, it's Alex Sinclair on coloring. So what do you expect? But then you know your part. Your standard snatch and grab. Any one of the three of them. It'll be the gal. If we want to get a reaction from him, it has to be the gal. You studied him. Trust me, I know the type. Why did you? Because later, you might not be able to do that. That's my cue. Choom. That's my cue. Good luck. I don't believe in luck. But if I did, now would be a good time to start. Another classic image. All at once. I'm 10. Yeah, basically he's watching all that. Remember, I'm seeing what the Green Lantern stuff. If Clark wanted to, he could use his super speed and squish me into the cement. But I know how he thinks. Even more than the kryptonite, he's got one big weakness. Deep down, Clark's essentially a good person. And deep down, I'm not. I have to keep. Basically, this is where Loeb is referencing. He's under mind control, so he's not in his right state, but he's still fighting it the whole time. So he's not at his best. And even then, Superman, even in his anger, it's been drilled into him so much that he won't just cut loose and kill someone so easily. It's made very clear. Superman, yeah, it's like, oh, he has kryptonite. So what? Superman had heat vision. He could see at a distance if he wanted to.
Yeah, this is. I would argue that this fight that they're having here, that this is not either of them fighting to win. This is more of like
neither was Dark Knight
to survive.
Neither was Dark Knight Returns, to be honest. Dark Knight Returns was meant to be a statement and to fake his death. And I think that this Loeb is more defining what Miller failed to do, and that was making it clear if things went any other way and Clark wanted to take him down, he would. And I think that's the problem. And people seem to just always look at the fight, especially in this one. They're ignoring the dialogue and just think, oh, yeah, Batman's kicking Superman's ass. It's like, that's not the point. Superman is not wanting to win. Superman is not. Superman's just wanting to take him down. Even here, he's ordered to kill him. He just wants to take him down still. Yeah, that's what I mean.
The kryptonite is doing like some kind of a pushback, but not very much. But with Batman himself, this is more of a survival fight where he's playing time.
Yep, and he even says he's opened up the gas mains. So if he uses his heat vision, they'll blow up the entire block. Yes, Superman won't allow that. Hits him with hypersonics, kind of like in Dark Knight Returns, and then. It's all about timing. So basically, Batman's even acknowledging he has to get this all right. If he doesn't, well...
Yeah, it's more of a...
Oh, of course.
It's a survival fight that needs to be be strategically calculated on what to do at certain points. If it is like for a video game, this will probably go with the quick time moments.
Yep, and of course he's like, about the gas main, I lied. That way you can zap him. And then, you hurt me. This ends now. Look up. You can save her or fight me. It's your choice, not Poison Ivy's. Come on, Clark. Be the Boy Scout. And, of course, hold still. You know, you're not very good at this damsel in distress thing. Let go of me. Yee! Like, if we had to, Catwoman could catch her. But we don't have to. I got you. Hi, honey. You're home. Clark, no offense. But you look like hell. He's the best at what he does. I'm sorry, I love that. Catwoman's just doing that. So you and he are working together now? Yeah. What, are you writing a book or something?
Yeah, I can see that. It's probably like an awkward situation after the whole kidnapping thing.
Oh, Jesus,
when you're in an awkward situation, like you sometimes might end up pacing back and forth, and in Catwoman's case, she's moving around awkwardly.
Yep, Ivy will be on the move. She has the money in a certain way with anyone who would stop her, and she has help, smart, connected, someone who got her the synthetic green K in her lipstick to be able to control you. Any idea who that might be? Working on it. We should have a word or two with Ivy. I'm not sure either one of us can find her in time, but we both know someone who can. And I think I have a change of clothes up in the fortress, too. Put the money down. You're going back to Gotham City. Like hell I am. I've already called my old friend Maggie Sawyer. She's arranged the Metropolis SCU to deliver you to the GCPD. I don't know how you find me, but crypto! Sometimes all the detective work in the world can't beat a super dog with a keen sense of smell. Although I can say that is the most awkward-looking crypto. Would you agree with that?
Looking at, it's like a it's trying to look like an angry guard dog, that you shall not pass me.
Although it says here, this is the second time in his whole career he's ever drawn a dog. So that makes, it's not bad for a second attempt. But, of course, hello, Ivy. Goodbye, Ivy. Catwoman, was that really necessary? Yes. And don't even think about it, dog. How did Catwoman know to pick Lois? You didn't. I told her that you care about the people who work at the Daily Planet. She has 3 choices: Lois, Jimmy Olsen, or even Perry White. Catwoman picked Lois. You could have gotten Lois killed. No, I believed in you. All the good work, including the JLA. How long has it been? Why? Always the detective, ever the Boy Scout. Thank you. Now more than ever, I know I gave the ring to the right person. What are friends for? What are friends for? Next, Harley Quinn.
That's not here. In the trade, there's a weird, just white half circle. It looks awkward and weird.
Wait, what?
Yeah, in the trade.
Yeah.
It's just some awkward white.
Well, yeah, it's also in this trade too, but that's for that reason, of course.
Yeah. Okay, going to volume 2.
Yep. Well, that's for you anyway. But yeah, so he's going out on a date with Selena and everything, heading over there. I have an unknown antagonist, someone who has studied me and has studied my enemies, teaching them new techniques. I have packed your belongings. But yeah, so basically they're heading over, and of course, I love this with Selena. It's like, seen enough? Or should I send you the catalog? You never know when you need a change of clothes. And Bruce, really glad you can make it. Are you kidding, Tommy? Any benefit for Leslie, and I'd be there, even if my doctor ordered me otherwise. Tonight, I'll make an exception. Didn't realize you knew about the Park Row Clinic. Good work should be rewarded, especially in this city. And of course, we already know that Selena and Leslie know each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's always been established.
Even if you don't know, you can see and get the picture from the interaction they have on both panels.
Exactly. And the dialogue too. That's it. Bruce and Selena and Leslie. I'll sit with the boy. Sit with you, boy, girl. How long have you known Tommy Elliott? I don't. Only by reputation. Certainly not one enough to call him Tommy. Childhood nickname. And how did I get invited? Leslie and I are old friends. I'm her date. Hush, you two. Ha! It's starting. I don't want to have to separate you two. Oh, Thomas. Well, I don't. Alfred's told me how my father would even play opera on the Victoria in the operating room. If the patient died, my father could always say they weren't opera lovers. I believe that was my father's attempt at humor. That is a bad doctor joke.
Yeah, really bad.
But it helped. I get it. It helped him think. But at the same time, it's really. Hold on. This guy email us something. Hold on.
Okay. Well, might as well.
Yep.
Refill the glass.
Yep. Hold on.
Oh yeah, and I made a joke on a Dead Guy stream, but don't worry, it's a Pepsi glass and Pepsi bottle.
Just a sec, I just gotta double check something, and yeah, that's what I thought. And all right, but yeah, then of course, ready, and all the stuff was Harley. Oh yeah, the evening is he basically he's pointing out how Selena does not know the truth about him. You know, about his identity and everything, but he's known her all along.
Yeah, was there a specific comics arc where that actually happened? In Loeb's Long Halloween and Dark Victory, they neither of them knew about each other's identities. But here, but at least by this story, Bruce know about Selina, but Selina doesn't know about Bruce yet.
Yep. And by the way, also we're gonna get to a page with Opera. Opera schmopera. Ladies and jerks. There's been a slight change in tonight's show. Instead of the opera robbing you for something like $1,000 a seat, we're gonna rob you. Believe me, folks, I've seen it already. I'm doing you a big favor. Oh, don't you hate this? You're trying to have a nice night in the town, and some peanut brain forgets to turn off all cell phones and pages during the performance.
Oh, those kinds of phones. Those,
oh, yeah, the old phones.
Yeah, those flip phones, they were pretty much a rage back then, but mostly because of 24.
Yeah, I love this. Wow, if it ain't billionaire Bruce Wayne. Don't tell anybody, but I get all goosebumps and bumpily when I'm robbing the rich and famous. Hey, you look awfully familiar, sister. You ever spend any time at Arkham Asylum? No. Too bad. You'd have been very popular. Selina would never go to Arkham.
Yeah, Selina is one of those sane.
She would go to Blackgate. She would go to Blackgate, just like Penguin would.
Yeah.
That's why it always bothers me when we see people like Catwoman or Selina in Arkham just for convenience sake.
Yeah, even that.
Freeze makes sense. Freeze makes sense because of his, it's the only place that could keep him.
Mm.
And they have it, designed for that. He's not insane, but it's more for convenience. Same was and Crockett's give or take.
Mm.
But yeah, takes it all, and he then takes his necklace from his mother, which we get a hint about that Tommy, even with his best friend, will lose it if he messes with that pendant. No! Finders keepers, losers keep! And what you go and push me for? True. And Bruce, tell your friend. Bruce, I think he went to find help. Well, you're not going to let them have all the fun, are you? Leslie, I can't leave you. Oh, Posh, I've been through worse. Now, I'm sure you've got something in that black bag of yours besides your wallet and lipstick. So don't you let anybody get hurt. Wait, she's encouraging Catwoman, but would always discourage Bruce.
Yeah, that's...
Of course, then again, no. Time and place. She knows this is a situation for them. She would always encourage them to do it if the situation called for it.
Yeah. Time and place. That's very in preview.
Oh, by the way, the original artwork, this was all blank until Loeb said, "No, draw the background." Yeah, my big opening night. Yep, and look who's trying to upstage me. But yeah, I mean, they said that. Yeah. They're wearing masks.
On the second row on the lower there, is that one of those guards where?
Yeah, with a gun.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, Harley is not pulling this alone.
Yep, and there's a few back there too. Look.
Oh yeah.
Right there, they're turning around, keeping them from running on stage. And right there's another one there.
Oh. Harley is doing a somewhat good job in pulling the attention from them to herself.
Yep. First responsibility is the safety of the patrons. As long as the gunmen remain in the orchestra pit, I can keep this contained. Mace, smoke, flash grenades, batarangs. And shoots down. I've been wearing a cowl with Kevlar reinforced to protect my skull from my recent injury. Tonight, I insisted I would be fine without it, despite Alfred's concerns. Ouch! Ouch! I thought I was stronger. I needed to be stronger. My enemy takes advantage of my hubris. Oh, but then Catwoman, badly conceived, badly acted, badly staged. The audience actually wants their money back. Everybody's a critic. Great. An understudy for Robin, the boy hostage. No, not ever. Hey, you don't want to play in the part? Don't play the part, cat lady. Heavens to Murgatroyd. Exit stage left. Or is that this stage right? Sure, and gracious, these seats are very and down front. Oh boy. And bravo! Lie still. You need medical attention. I know that. Come closer. If you ever choose to rescue me again over catching the bad guy, I swear I'll scratch your eyes out. I'm not some kind of kid you took in and trained. Of course, Leslie helps out, but then I want what you stole from me. And people in Icewater want hell, but that doesn't mean they're going to get it. Applause, applause, applause. Give it back. believe it or not, Ghibli also showing some of his artwork bloopers. He drew the door left open, which wouldn't make sense for this. See? Dude, you look at what I'm saying? Look, he originally drew the door left open, which would have made this confusing. You had to go back in and edit it, redraw it to make it closed.
Oh yeah, it's closed here too.
Well, no, it is. I'm saying when he originally drew it before it went to press.
Oh.
Because this book here includes bloopers or alternate takes.
Huh.
And I like that as a blooper. He's like, whoops. Yeah, wouldn't have made sense at all. Oh, but now that's how you make an entrance. There was something about the opera. How they. So this comes the other big issue, and something that Jeff Loeb has always wanted. He wants Batman to kill the Joker. He wants Batman to do it. So he's been actually no. He's always never. I take it back. He's also been up for someone else to do it, but he's always like, oh, Joker's. He's always had to believe Joker's died many times, but then someone always took his place that he doesn't know. Batman doesn't know, which is like BS. But yeah, I love this bit as Batman because he thinks he's killed his best friend. It's like no more. And yeah, again, all of this, we've had Barbara, Jason, Sarah, all of them, and now Tommy. He's like, that in some sick way, the Joker exists because of me. I will represent the order that is necessary in the Gotham City, and the Joker is the chaos. Joker beats the child. Oh, he goes through all of that. Like, I think about what Nightwing said. My being responsible for the Joker is years worth of rage courses through my fist. I will not accept any responsibility for the Joker. Stop! Batman! Stop me if you've heard this one. I'm innocent. You see, I didn't kill this guy. I hear his confession, but it means nothing, which is a little bullshit because Batman has shown, no, granted, he's in an emotional state, but Batman has shown if the Joker is innocent, he will take that into account.
Yeah, that's true.
That's where I feel Loeb. I mean, again, I know he's emotionally compromised, but I do think Loeb is going a little too far with that.
Yeah, like even if he was emotionally compromised, that would be going in one ear and out the other. That confession would be register to him.
Yeah, he's just thinking like it's a lie. It's like, oopsie, sorry, like sorry, Mr. J, he had duck. Get away from him, you big galoot. If my guy said he's innocent, then he's innocent. Right, Button? In some perverse way, she loves him. I will let no one, nothing, defend the Joker or his actions. Again, he's just, I'm not joking, Fat Boob. Check my gun. Does he but blinks? It's just another lie to keep himself alive. I think of Barbara, and snapping the Joker's neck makes that much easier. So, does Loeb not realize he's setting up Batman to be a murderer?
Yeah, that's pretty much what he's doing. And even when I think that when I said that it's a kill an accident, that's probably okay. But first, predetermined murder, yeah, no, Batman would not do that. And even when it comes to blaming Batman for Joker's existence and so kinds of things, that's not Batman's fault. If you want Joker to blame.
When Nightwing said that, he wasn't meaning like it's literally his fault, just like the way the world works kind of way is his fault.
Yeah, but the way how the world works is also that there are. I brought this up in my Superman vs. the Elite video, for example, that if there was like a brave enough prosecutor, judge, and governors, that they would say that the insanity plea has been tried and it has failed. Give the Joker some other kind of sentence that probably leads him to being.
Yeah. I love this here though, because I see. But again, Loeb is putting his own thoughts in the Batman. That's blatant in this whole issue. This is Loeb's view on how Batman should be thinking about the Joker. Would you agree with that? This is blatantly Loeb's
this could
thoughts.
Be this is not what Batman would do, but what the writer would do if he was Batman.
Yep, even though she knew the risks. She's haunted by that single moment. She cannot give up, even without the use of her legs. She's invaluable to me as a role as Oracle. I tell myself that Barbara would understand what I have to do tonight. No, I don't want to fight you. Catwoman, Selina. Earlier tonight, Harley Quinn shot her. Her shoulder is still damp with blood. I'll do what I have to keep you from doing something you'll only regret. What could I regret what should have been done a long time ago? How could she understand? And don't, damn it! I know what you're feeling, but if our roles were reversed, you would do everything in your power to stop me. Wasn't there? And she wasn't there when I found Jason. Again, putting through all this stuff. Again, and he's justifying. Now, you could say Batman is just that compromise that he's just doing everything he can to just ignore everything. Like, no, he dies. But it's like, Batman's never shown to be that bad. But yeah, but I do like this though, Selina. Don't you see that our relationship only allows for the possibility that one night it will be you that I find killed by the Joker? Kind of sex is there. Yeah, you think that? Yeah. You know what I mean?
There's also that. Yeah,
no, I do like it. I do like it to have this be. This is just a possibility. It's just a sketching.
Yeah, and not to mention there's a fact that if you compare this to like go forward for a few years and when Selina killed Black Mask.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, imagine if Batman had been there trying to talk her out of doing that. That would be a comparable situation to this.
Yeah,
and there's also this is probably the fear that eventually ended up creating the Drowned in the Dark Multiverse.
Yep. Help! Wildman! Madman! Fatty Batman! There's no escape. There's nothing I could do to him that would cause him the agony that he's brought upon others. But I could come close. Stand up and put your hands in the air. I could crush his windpipe, sever all oxygen from his brain. The next shot will drop you. Look at that! You can actually see the tip of the cowl snap off.
Yeah, that actually also makes it this looks like a cloth costume, but the way how the ear is being shot off, it makes me like, what is that damn thing made of?
Yep, you have to think about what you're doing, who and what made you who you are, your role models, the beliefs they instilled in you, and think of how the Joker could never understand that. It's what makes him who he is. Think, and Batman's just ignoring Gordon. And he's thinking of all the ways he can kill him or hurt him. God help me. You have thought this through. It is what should have been done a long time ago. Look, I may no longer carry a badge, but I still believe in the policeman's oath to protect and serve. All I can do is appeal to you through our friendship. I wouldn't let you do this when he shot my daughter, killed my wife. And I don't know how I could stop you, but I won't let you throw your life away. Jim Gordon. With all he lost, I thought he'd understand. Jim, you and I have seen more than our fair share of tragedies and thirst for revenge. If Batman wanted to be a killer, he would have and could have started long ago. It's a line on one side we believe in and the law on the other. Sometimes the law fails us. And maybe that's why I've understood you, allowed you to help protect the city. Batman, if you cross that line, if you kill the Joker tonight, I will lead the hunt to bring you to justice. Now that's a better explanation why Batman doesn't kill. And that's always been my favorite. Because Gordon would never allow it.
Yep, he would definitely wouldn't allow it.
Yep.
That also goes to what I said. If you want the Joker to be killed off, they should just have the prosecutors and the judges and also go that.
Or have someone else from random go. Or have some rando get a lucky shot. It's no different than Batman getting killed by a mugger who just freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in the eyes of the law, in my eyes, you'll be no different than him. How many more lives are we going to let him ruin? I don't care. I won't let him ruin yours. I'm innocent. It was from an alley like this one. Yeah, think about his childhood days, and the death of his parents, of course. Tonight, I nearly became a part of that evil. He is innocent. Shink, get the joke. Now, I do love the misleading here. But again, that issue is one of the more recognized issues, but it always rubs me the wrong way. I get it. It's meant to show that Hush was manipulating him, but still, it just didn't feel right, you know? But yeah, so of course we're at the funeral for Tommy and everything, and basically as far as we think, like, yep, he's dead. Like, Dick, you ever heard of Bruce talk about this guy before? Not much, no, but he doesn't really talk about his childhood either, Tim. Good point.
Hmm.
But then, of course, I love this. Oh, please, not oh, Captain, my Captain. Don't you know, Selena? It's one of Bruce's favorite pieces. Remind me not to have him speak at my funeral. Ah! Now, again, I do like this because you can look at this as, again, either he was a bad guy or Tommy was brought in so Hush could kill him and push Batman further. Yep. Now, apparently, though, so we're also getting some explanation of what Tommy was doing while Bruce was out training. And look, he even left the spy piece from their game. Sleep well, Tommy.
The game that they never got to play, unless it will happen between issues before the
yeah, for all we know, yeah. Oh, one of the graves had Michael Cray, aka Death Blow, from Wildstorm. Yep, but of course, though, he's looking through all like ballistic reports, explains everything about it, and soon Joker identity unknown and all that. Bruce, hello, I've been talking to you for 10 minutes. I've been listening. You think you could turn that thing off for a couple minutes so we can talk, which requires you doing more than listening? Computer, audio and visual off. You got 2 minutes, Dick. And while I appreciate your concern for my well-being, it's not just me, Alfred, Barbara, Tim, even then I've lost a friend, a good friend, even though we hadn't seen each other for a long time. Hey, given your usual grim and moody self, you've been a box of chocolates. But you caught the bad guy. Joker's back in Arkham for like the 79th time, where maybe we can hold him onto him for more than an hour and a half this time. The Joker didn't kill Tommy. Whoa, wait, back up. You were there. I saw what I was meant to see, heard what I was meant to hear. Gunshot. Tommy's body lying dead with a bullet through his heart. The Joker holding a smoking gun. But as I said, the Joker didn't kill Tommy. Then who? Computer, track visual to my voice. Confirmed. If these were revealing that this was all about of Hush. It even got to me. I almost killed the Joker. I honestly wanted to. Bruce, without sounding trite, whatever your impulse was, you didn't act on it. Whoever is doing this, you'll get them. Dick, you don't know the full story! Again, I get it. This is so much about trying to show how much that he was pushed to the edge. But again, I think Lopez went too far in putting his view into it. Or fans' views into it. But yeah, I'm sorry. I get it. I love the scene, but I also hate that issue, but I also hate that issue. But yeah, so Riddler is attacking, and I do love this, how this basically takes Riddler off the board.
Yeah.
At first.
Showcase, like if they had a villain checklist, and okay, Riddler is in this issue, okay.
Yep. Oh, the multiple Batmobiles. Great. Which one? Look, the Batman Forever one, the 60s one, the Batman and Robin Batmobile.
Oh yeah, that's
well, and I gotta say, I like it how if you look into account that Bruce is still deep down his kid itself at heart. Of course, he's going to collect all of his Batmobiles like a kid would collect Hot Wheels.
Yeah, or maybe he had one car at point that got destroyed. He started to build a new one, and while he was not using it and had some free time, maybe he had, or maybe not he, but it's coming later. Maybe Harold.
Yep. But yeah, of course,
repaired them.
Yep. But of course, as they're heading over, I mean, oh yeah. Word on the street is you're seeing Catwoman. Any truth to that? I take it by your silence that it is true. Look, this may be none of my damn business, and I know you think I'm against you going out with a former known thief or whatever she was. I'm not against it. But I love it going through all this. My point is, tell her. Hell, you've known each other so long, she probably knows. You're right. Really? It is none of your damn business. But of course, well, boys, and have you figured out what's got 4 wheels, cost of $1 million, and flies? But of course, yeah, going in, they're fighting it out, and yeah, just dealing with everything. They're thinking like, oh, Riddler wasn't really involved, but he told us about how Dick was gifted and all that, everything. Now keep an eye on the fight maneuvers here. Keep an eye on these moves in particular. This is important for later. But yeah.
Yeah. Celebrating too early.
Yep. Everyone, I think about Riddler, where once his obsession need to leave me riddles as clues would confound me. Everything about it has become routine. Expected him to have retired by now. But originally, the way the truck is topped over, originally he was going to actually have him do a Spider-Man thing and dangle from upside down, but then he realized it wouldn't make sense with the way the truck is.
Mm.
So we gotta be always right there instead. Of course, and he's getting finding some substance from the Lazarus pit. What is this? A joke? I know you. Do I? I'm your attorney. You're free on bail, pending a hearing to get the charges dropped. I may be crazy, but I'm not going anywhere with some bandage head. Fair enough. It's not like you've seen me out. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. A few days ago, I buried a dear friend. I'm sorry. I've been suggested I'm handling it well because I have you in my life. I have a fan in this little bird. Is it the little bird or the bigger one? Nightwing. Wait a second. I know that, boys. You should. We go way back to even before my accident. You broke into my home one Christmas, beat me up in front of my wife. And referencing Long Halloween. This isn't going to turn out to be a good surprise, is it? So yeah, a little plastic surgery done. Okay, a lot of plastic surgery done. What's this all about? Two-Face? Sorry, Two-Face is gone. I know who you are, Selena. Where you live, what you do during the day. You have, like you, I have two lives. I want you to be a part of both of them. You know, for a loner, you certainly have yourself a lot of strings. Nightwing, Robin, Oracle, Huntress, Batgirl. I just don't want to be the one string that trips you up. You won't. Bruce? Harvey Dent is back, and I'm going to finish the job I set out to do as district attorney when the law was on my side. So, where do we go from here? You could find a razor, and a bat wouldn't kill you. Dick was right. I should have shaved. Now, what did I do low? Hush was expecting Two-Face to dominate, like what happened in Dark Knight Returns. Because that's what happened in that, he got healed, but it turns out Two-Face dominated, and it wiped out Harvey.
Yeah.
Here
would have been the exact opposite thing. What wouldn't have happened if the other side got scarred and Harvey was in charge of that look.
Yeah, that's what basically is happening here. That's what's happening here. The opposite had happened, and Hush was banking on the former. But yeah, so Selena knows now. And I think I can start breathing through a bit because it's so obvious. That's probably the one downside with it. The story is so simple. But yeah, they're heading on over to LexCorp 1. Batman's heading on over because someone to meet up with Natalia. Only you could be so brazen. Your move, beloved. Meanwhile, as he spying through everyone, why are you doing this? Ask your father. My father and I no longer speak, but you knew that. Strange or not, he will not allow for you to be hurt. You will never hurt me, my love. I am not your love. Sir, there's been a hijacking and kidnapping aboard LexCorp 1. Mr. Vice President, Pete, you know how careful I have been to be regarding my former holdings. Corporate espionage is a piece of doing business. I'm surprised that Miss Head, because that's her. She goes by Talia Head because of head of the demon. It was Batman, sir. We have confirmation through on SATCOM. It was Ido. Do you wish to take action? Not yet. But of course, they're leaving the sword.
The thing that he's gonna do is gonna be the red herring that he decided to put Batman on at the beginning of the Superman Batman run.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's a good setup for that eventually. But yeah, like Alfred, Alfred! Sir, you're here safe. Speaking to the world's greatest detective, it would be neglectful for me not to point out you are correct, sir. Only Rash would have had the capability to get into the cave undetected. But if I'm reading his message correctly, why come all this way only to retreat back to his homeland? I'm certain that your musings were more rhetorical in nature, sir. But for what it's worth, perhaps he wishes to draw you back there with him. In doing so, leave something or someone in Gotham City unprotected. Smart! Hands in the air. You think you could break into my home? Don't, and put the gun down, Jimbo. I just want to talk. Two-Face! No, it's me. Harvey Dent. The man I knew as Harvey Dent is dead. He was lost to a deranged lunatic named Two-Face. Is that how it is, Jimbo? No second chances? In your case, you've gotten second, third, and fourth chances, and you burned them all. Okay, I deserve that. I didn't come here tonight for me. It's Bats. He needs our help now more than ever. It's going to take more than some plastic surgery to make me believe you've changed side. I heard about that stunt you pulled at Arkham, getting the Joker released, posing as his attorney. I had my license reinstated by the state. That's impossible, is it? The Joker was innocent. You know that. You were there in the alley. You stopped Batman from killing him. The phone call that told you to go there? Tell me you didn't recognize my voice. What the hell do you want? The gun that killed Tommy Elliott. When it's found, it will be traced back to you. It's your service revolver, the one you turned in when you retired. How could you know a thing like that? It's all part of a game. Like it or not, we're two of the pieces. The question is, how much longer do you want to play? Again, this is the derailing stuff. He knows so much about the plan, but he's the traitor because, again, he was banking on Two-Face to be the dominant. Two-Face would have played along, but not Harvey.
Yeah. Then there's also looking at how Harvey's face is drawn here, but
he's definitely not Luthor. He doesn't look like Luthor.
But the way how he's bald here, and even he doesn't look like Luthor, it kind of reminds me of that Toriyama drawing face meme where they showcase like that Goku, Tien, Gohan, Vegeta, and they all have like same face, but the hairstyle is what differentiates them.
That's true. And I'll explain a whole lot, but where's my daughter, detective? Safe. You think I'm responsible for your recent misfortunes, the death of your friend Tommy Elliott, for example. You are mistaken. You have means, opportunity, and knowledge only a few possess about my personal life. I will make you a proposition. If you defeat me here this evening, I will help solve your dilemma. Should I triumph, however, my daughter is to be released, and you will pay for this insubordination with your life. Perhaps my metaphor was inappropriate. Basically the whole idea of a leopard changing its spots, or in this case, a snake shedding its skin to reveal its true self. And yep, Selena's calling on her, but I offer to babysit you. Hide you where Daddy can't find you. And you both have foolishly underestimated my father. Oh boy, Shiva! Now, unlike when we went over her before, this is fully realized, deadliest woman alive, Shiva.
Yeah, but even then, we look at how Jim Lee draws Shiva here. The face also makes me kind of look interchangeable from some other characters. That the hairstyle, the way how the hairstyle is drawn, that makes it different. But the face is kind of.
Yep, but of course, though, Selena was there because, well, if we're gonna be in each other's life, we need to be in each other's lives. I gave you a choice. But this is not a game! Oh, just look at that. You cannot defeat her. She is a master assassin. Perhaps the deadliest of my fathers. Shut up, you! I do like how they're both fighting. And of course, Bruce wins. It's over, Erased. Now tell me. And the time it will take your assassin to stop me, you could spend getting medical help. Or to a Lazarus pit. I have entertained you this evening because we seek the same person whose identity I do not know. So sorry, dude. I do not know what caused the fuse to blow.
Huh.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Wait. There we go. Had to put in the headphones.
Yeah, well, I managed to get some writing for the death in the family script. At least got to the third part.
All right, so I have a lot to cut out, of course.
naturally.
Okay,
Let's just start with over that. Sorry, technical difficulties. When we're
back. We're back.
Like put up.
I know, but anyway, but yeah. So as we had established before, I got so rudely interrupted. Someone had utilized the Lazarus pit. Now, for some reason, they haven't beat it. The pit once used, it's rendered useless. When was that established?
Good question, because I remember there were have been multiple Lazarus pits, and
used
in the animated series, I think Raj had used that Lazarus pit. He was put in there multiple times.
Exactly. That's why it makes zero sense. This whole, as you know, was rendered useless. Since when? I think this is Low pulling stuff out of his ass for that one.
Yeah, the editors should have told him.
They should have, but what are you gonna do? But anyway, he has to return to Gotham. Oh, I love it. Ask yourself, detective, who in your life would wish to come back from the dead? Unfortunately, though, Shiva just totally trounces her.
Yeah, Shiva does what Shiva does best.
Why Batman would trust you remains a mystery to me, but your death will keep me from wondering about it for two. Tell my father to stay out of my life. Games. Too late. Who did this? In certain ways, you did. Why didn't you escape and just leave her? I did. She would have died, but I returned. Now she won't. The herbs I used will restore her health, her face within hours. Then why did you come back? I told you recently there was something different about you. Now I know why. You care for her, maybe even love her. Your mysterious opponent knows this and will use that against you. Is she worth it? Yes. Now here comes, I got to load it all up again, of course, but there was some pages and interlude done during that was in Wizard magazine.
It even said here that it's an interlude.
Yep, it was done for exclusively for Wizard magazine, so of course it's not going to be on DC Unlimited. But here it is. To which, I've made a decision to bring Catwoman to the cave. What can I do to help? As soon as Alfred's done, there'll be work to do. Yes, because taking time for this to heal would be out of the question. I bet you have to do this pretty often. No, constantly. I tell myself that her perspective on the case may shed some light where there otherwise is none. After all, cats can see in the dark. Oh God. I think this is the first time they've acknowledged what the Alex Ross, how banged up his body is.
Yeah, it's the way how it shows that it takes a lot, the kind of those. And it's actually something that I complain that when I did my BVS review a couple of years ago, and there was the unlimited the ultimate edition scene with the shower scene, that I said that it's weird taken out of place, and it probably would have worked if they had somehow made it visible, the scars that Batman would have after 20 years.
Yep, I love this.
Otherwise, it was just weird.
Right, and that you don't remember? Well, now that you mention it, you can't imagine how difficult it was to get into that old costume. Or maybe you can. I keep forgetting that Darwin's Cook. This is Darwin's Cook outfit. It has always been my favorite. Perfect blend of everything and very practical on how you actually see how it can come on and off. And no boob socks. Boob socks.
Yeah. And then when the years went by and other people drew it, they just had the zipper be a little bit more and more open.
Yeah. Sir,
especially in Arkham City and.
Yep, if I may, those stitches will hardly. We're done. I'm not done, Miss. I'd appreciate it if you. Why? And why? To make it all better. Now we're done. We have work to do.
Just to make it better.
So much pain. Why does he keep doing it? It is difficult to say. Do you think he'd tell me, Miss Kyle? His trust is not something one can steal from a museum late at night. Careful, Mr. Pennyworth. I've scratched man's eyes out for taking that tone with me. Yes, I imagine you have. Well, I've sewn his flesh, shed his bones, and removed more spent bullets from his body than I care to remember. There's one thing I wouldn't have the slightest clue how to mend. Now you piqued my curiosity. a broken heart. I hope you understand. I truly how truly extraordinary it is for him to share a secret with you, including his bringing you here tonight. You don't think much of me, do you? On the contrary, I think the world of you. And while he may not say it, so does he. You began this evening asking what you could do to help. You are doing it, Miss Kyle, and please continue to do so. I love that.
Yeah, this is kind of the kind of Catwoman's personality and development, something that Tom King didn't much bother to acknowledge or showcase, and just
to a degree, I think he did to a degree.
Else.
I think he did to a degree, just not that much.
Yeah, but it's really strange to look at this Catwoman and the one that Tom King had it go forward with the DC Rebirth.
True.
And when it eventually went to that Maxi series that with
Batman Catwoman,
I have a very hard time to believe that version of Catwoman ever loved Bruce.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, to be fair, even some of the build up to it, there was a point where she was questioning herself. She was doubting herself. And I get what Tom King was going for. He's playing off of both versions of Catwoman, the loner and the love of Bruce's life. And basically is trying to say that she does it because Bruce needs her more than she needs him.
I think it was Joel Jones, I think, that Tom King tweeted it at some point that Joel Jones had said that criticized the way how he draws Catwoman, and he just brought it up and then decided, nah.
Anyway, but yeah, so and in the Batcave, so I do like that. That intro to explain why she's in the cave. Besides just this. Can you at least tell me what we're looking for? Answers. You think you'd be a little more vague? If everything happened the past few months, Poison Ivy taking control of you, Killer Croc's subsequent attack, basically list it all have been orchestrated. Since this all started, what is different? Us? If you think that's a result of, hold that thought. And there's Robin, Tim. Maybe because I wasn't asked, but I'll be happy to crash it. And you shouldn't be here. You shouldn't be telling other people what to do. You might have fooled him, seduced him, but I know what you are. Kid, you don't know the first thing about me. So let me school you on something. I don't let grown men speak to me the way you just did, but those who have only did it once. Enough! I'm going to say Tim had a little... This is very Tim, but still reminds you that he's a kid.
Yeah, and this is the team that Jack Drake was still alive at this point.
Yep. But remember, when Tim came on to try and help Bruce with his life after having to Jason. So he's always cared about what Bruce, went through. But yeah, that's my choice. Like this was my choice. You told her? You got it straight now? Or do I have to draw you a picture? You should have. I should have what? Insulted you? This was my decision. And you made the wrong one. It was mine to make. I even talk about Tim was something. Even summarizes Tim's history again. That's throughout all of this. Tim's calling to a theory that Batman needs a Robin, more than just a legacy for balance. I had taken both Dick and Jason in when they had no place to go, but Tim sought out the role. He wanted to be Robin. As hard as I tried to convince him otherwise, Tim worked for it. Strings. What? I told you, for a man who's supposedly a loner, you've got an awful lot of strings, and I'm not going to be one who trips you up. You come at me one more time, little bird, and I'll clip your wings, no matter what your daddy says. He's not my father. Tell him that. Get a little stick in here. I gotta say, but turns out it's an act. I wasn't asking. When you're all through with your toy wonder, you know how to find me. You think she bought it? There's only one way to find out. Dick saw through and Robin as being a thrill. It's probably why he outgrew it. Jason saw being Robin as a game. Probably what got him killed. But Tim, I have to hand it to the boy. He wants to be the world's greatest detective. And what I'm seeing so far, he will someday. I could have taken her, Tell her that. I told Tim about my decision to include Selena in my life. If for no other reason than I knew Dick would tell him, and Tim would hear and should hear from me. But he was angry, confused, and I had to remember how young he is and how long ago it was since I was his age. If Tim has one character flaw, is that he sees the world in black and white. Good and evil wear very different masks in his eyes. Hey, Huntress! He's getting old enough to accept that there are grays in every situation. We may not like them, but it's part of what we do. My relationship with Catwoman is at best gray. So when Tim asked the obvious, do you trust her? You picked the wrong night to play games with me. I gave him the obvious answer. I wouldn't have told her I was Bruce Wayne unless I didn't. But then, of course, we didn't know. When we took the money for the bike, the equipment, the new uniform, we checked the guy out. He was clean. The money was clean, or we wouldn't have taken it. But when they killed him, I knew it was all going to unravel. Huntress, I don't have the slightest idea what you're talking about. I saved his life. Not that he'd ever thank me, but if I hadn't put him in the car, I knew he figured out my being near Crime Alley was too coincidental, that I'd be the first one there. I'm not afraid of you. Are you on something? It's going to get worse before it gets better. Huntress, turns out she's hallucinating. Something has got out of your mind. You can't take away from what we are now.
Costume.
Yep. I'm taking you down before you hurt anyone else, including me. No, we could stop it if we stop fighting. Huntress, I'll stop fighting when you start making sense. Why can't you recognize me? You're me, what I used to be, what I can't be anymore. I'm not afraid of you. I know now. Catwoman can handle herself. But if what I suspect has happened to Huntress is true, she may force Selina to kill her. So yeah, of course, what am I looking for? Not what. Who? Okay, who? Me. Pretender. That was Huntress with this. It'll make her sleep. Wait a second. Have you been following me? Get ready to move. What the hell are you talking about? Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Mama's gonna buy you a mockingbird. Oh yeah, basically they reveal that Crane has been involved with so much of this, and what the way Huntress was and all that, and then leads them right to the graveyard. And well, and if the bet, goes through all that, so I'm like, stop it, it's over. I don't want to talk to Scarecrow. I want Dr. Jonathan Crane. You did the profile work. Use your expertise as psychiatrist to explain what they all wanted. The Joker, Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Huntress, Catwoman, me. I'm surprised they never did that. This is the only time they've ever tapped into Crane's old profession.
Yeah.
Normally nowadays they go to Harley, but Crane was a psychiatrist.
Yeah, that's true. Mostly Harley, they would go to Harley nowadays because
the more well-known of it, he's
Harley has gained that popularity that everyone goes to that. But yeah, Scarecrow is up. And not to mention, Scarecrow is older. He would have the more senior.
But then again, though, he barely used it before he got fired. Let's be honest. But yeah, of course, Jason Todd. The big reveal, and originally they were going to keep it, and then they chickened out. Now, remember what I said earlier about the way Dick was fighting earlier?
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. You're thinking about when I died. Now, just to be clear, because I went over this with Bianca already, under the red hood that makes it clear this is Jason in this moment. How there's blood on your hands because you couldn't get there in time to stop the Joker from killing me. There is going to be a moment where there's going to be a switch. And that was something that Judd Winnick told Jeff Loeb, saying, you left an opening. You left an opening for me.
Oh.
Keep silent, gathering your thoughts, hoping to rattle your opponent. I'll make it simple for you. You got to get to me before I slit this pretender's throat. Tell me, Batman, you let one Robin die. Want to go for two? So yeah, they're fighting it, and of course he's going through his mind and everything. And then did you think you could take me with one punch? This was always your problem. You saw me as a second rate and not being able to be as good as the other Robin. How could you let me die? Now, this is where it's thrown off. This is before the switch happened. But then it's made clear, look at that. That maneuver there.
Yeah.
We saw that earlier.
Yeah.
But you owe me.
Look it up from my end.
Yeah, exactly. And then
It's there and there.
yep, them fighting off and everything, and then yeah, of course these things like if you who you say you are, but it's like you already know it's thinking about and what we do as a game is what got Robin killed. Trying to get me angry by doubting who I am, thinking that will make me sloppy. Miss, forgot how much you taught me. Now this is the moment where the switch happened. This moment.
Yeah.
That is where the switch happened, but that goes against this part, mimicking Nightwing.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I get what Joe was going, and it does fit except for that one detail. I love it. You have to let me do this alone. Take your hands off me. I don't have to do anything particularly when it comes to you. Just listen to me. The entire time I've been explaining it all was Jason, and you should know better than anyone, kid. What's he like when he's angry? Ask yourself, I wonder. What's he going to do if he finds out that it's not Jason Todd come back to haunt him? You want to know what the irony is? What we're getting here was Clayface. Not the first time this has happened. Way back during Mudpack. Way back during Mudpack, they actually did pose as Jason. But that was through a hallucination. But Clayface was involved with that story.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, of course, he's talking to him. But yeah, this is the point where it's
I need to check out your video on that as a refresher later.
Yeah, but yeah, this is the point where it's Clayface saying, like, you're not the Robin who died. So, yep, I only wanted to be loved, Batman. That was a mistake. As, yeah, memories again, like, when did you know? It wasn't Jason? I didn't at first. The clue led me to believe that a Lazarus pit could have been used, which is what we were meant to think, but then Clay mimicking the role. And copying me, it would have been just that, an illusion. If it was going to work, I had to be unsure. So the idea of him being Jason older, it can allow a little bit of inconsistencies.
Yeah, it's also if the Lazarus pit was used recently, then Jason would not have aged during that time.
Yeah, exactly. That's why he realized that. But then I am kind of unique. So yeah, and then Huntress is gone. She took your motorcycle. I thought that sleeping juice you had me stick her was what keep her out. She's better than you think. Better than everyone thinks, including herself. In her ranting, she sounded more like she had a deal with someone who betrayed her. Yes, and she may have betrayed me. But we can't be certain because I know. I didn't stay with her. I don't like taking orders from you. I don't like being followed if you don't trust me. I trust you. For what it's worth, I'm glad it wasn't Jason. I'm not. Oh, because the person or persons responsible are still out there. So meets up with Huntress, talks to him, and like, what made you think of, but then ask, what made you think of Tommy Elliott? Why? He was the best surgeon. And like, you had and asked me to look into the electronics recently. But then he looks through it all and it turns like, and look what it can do. Oh, whoops. And then
this is something actually it took me more when I first read it so many years ago. This was something I never caught on the first go. This is something it's revealed in the next next issues, but this is just a unseen wham shot.
Now this, because I knew who the character was, this was a gut punch for me. Harold. And he was given a way to speak, something they couldn't do. He got rid of his hunchback. And he basically said he'd do what he helped him. He was indebted to him, but he made sure he wouldn't hurt him. But then he was ready to forgive him, but then bang! What is a friend? A single soul dwelling in two bodies. To be concluded. But yeah, poor Harold. And then we get this up with Harold too. But yeah, he's quoting Aristotle. Maxie Zeus, which Emmy do I know who quotes Aristotle? See, and I knew about Harold. That's why that was a gut punch.
Yeah, it's something that you learned late. It's some people who didn't know, and then they learned later, and then came back to here. It was like a like a river song effect.
Exactly. But yeah, so this is just a big fight. That's all it is. And again, I gotta realize they don't even make it clear that it's Tommy here. That's something that's made clear afterwards.
Yeah.
Because throughout all of this, Oh, remember, how about we know about why he became Hush? That was Paul Dini.
Yeah, later.
Yeah.
On the
House
of Hush or Heart of Hush, or which one?
One of the Heart of Hush. Heart of Hush.
Oh yeah.
Like, who are you? Do you think it's a coincidence that we're here on this bridge on this rainy night? I mean, this is the point where he says, like, he lost my dad. But, he still explains himself about, like, I was never angry that he let my father die. It's that he let my mother live. And they see that he broke and severed the brakes. I wanted my parents to die. Your father ruined that. And then there's Gordon there with Harvey. Harvey, what are you doing here? You know the agreement. Any good lawyer would tell you agreements are meant to be broken. I do love that Harvey saved him.
Yeah.
Hold on a second.
This next bit where Hush or Tommy, whichever we call it at this point, he fell from the bridge and then just up and disappeared, because this wasn't something that he didn't have planned. Like, he wasn't expecting Two-Face to show up betraying him. So so if he somehow improvised an escape down in the river.
Yeah. Give me the gun. You can have it. It's yours. So basically, it's made clear he's the one who shot Tommy, who was actually Clayface. Look, I shot Elliot in that alley, and it's how I knew the Joker was innocent. Shot Dr. Thomas Elliot? Yeah, well, there's not a lot of bioorgans that you can hit when they're made of clay. You'll be charged for this. I'll take my chances in the court. I did like how they brought him back, and for a while it worked, and then 1 year later happened. So yeah, Harold is dead.
Status quo.
Yeah. But then I do like this then with Huntress. Just feels she's beating herself up after what happened. I heard Thomas Elliot is dead again. Heard that too. Good bastard. And then it turns out there was something in his head that showed the images subliminally. That's what made him reveal everything. And that the only person who would know would have been Harold.
Yeah, then this part where it's the
heat vision, the lobotomy.
Yeah. Well, it's what's so funny about Route 20 and the American Way came out before this, so there is
it's also a simpler. It's just a simpler going in and just as little as he can to destroy the device. It's at the base of his skull.
Yeah, not going like in the brain. Like it's somewhere in the.
Yeah, but of course, then I have work to do. Then I'll stay. No, you've done enough. But Clark, I thank you. Well, you could have done this alone. We needed contacts, and it was all the Riddler. And I love this. And Riddler knowing the truth would last a long time until they just had to be he got amnesia later.
Yeah.
But I love this. He found it out why he had cancer. So he's the one who used the Lazarus pit. Hence why it was all over the place. And then it opened his mind. So he and it turns out Tommy was his doctor. But then, of course, I love this. It's like, the world is my oyster. Right, Bruce? What time is it when an elephant sits on a fence? What? What time is it when an elephant sits on a fence? Time to get a new fence. Everyone knows that one. It's worthless. That's why I have nothing to fear from you. You had to tell Elliot, but no one else. Not even Clayface when he was playing Robin. I know you, Edward Nygma. Maybe better than you know yourself. Riddles are your compulsion, your addiction. And a riddle that everyone knows the answer to is worthless. In case I know, and then of course, get out. One last thing. Why Jason? Why bring the boy into it? Question. How many times have you beaten me? Answer, 5, 10, 100. But question, what is Batman's greatest defeat? Answer, the death of Robin. His grave is empty. Where is Jason's body now? That is a riddle, isn't it? Bam! What happened? He fell. Need any help? Well, we're done.
This is actually something interesting about when it comes to the animated movie. In the animated movie, they made Riddler be the Hush.
Well, to be fair, technically he is Hush. Technically,
Yeah,
he is Hush.
yeah, in that sense. But something that I maybe realized only this week is that they could have maybe done that thing that they chickened out of, kept like Jason had been a secret Robin in the middle, and Riddler figured it out, and his whole plan was to bring it up with Jason being like he's the mastermind, and Jason was his second in command. Like it could have been like the Arkham Knight done somewhat better. The animated movie could have been.
Exactly. But yeah, now of course, Batman is now doubting everything. He was already starting to, but now he really is. Like, was the relationship also part of it? But you can tell Selina wants to make it work because she knows how important she is to him now. But she says, hush, and shows his paranoia is creeping back in. Remember I told you before about the balance thing? This was when Batman is pushing Bruce down.
Yeah. It's and it wasn't this all how far into like identity crisis and
this is before that. This is well before that. This is well before that. But even during that, there was a JLA story that was in between Identity Crisis and Infinite Crisis where Bruce revealed one of the reasons why he felt betrayed by the League wasn't just because of what them taking the memories. It was also the mind and the removing, and the theory that did they alter Selina, and that's why she became an ally.
Huh.
Because she used to be one of his worst enemies. And that was, and I don't remember what they revolved later, but yeah, this was still a classic story. It kind of fumbles the ending, but it doesn't drop the ball. Would you agree with that? Felt like they had so much, and then it's like go 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 go.
Yeah, it's weird. You can see very well why it still has the reputation it has today, and even maybe when they were writing towards an end goal that was then changed at the last minute, it still worked.
Oh yeah, very much so. And again, the more so than Long Halloween, the clues are there. Long Halloween, unfortunately, the clues were a bit all over the map.
Yeah,
but this year the clues are there. But and it's just again, this is just such a damn good story. The artwork is incredible. The use of Batman's lore again, and the way Batman again describes everyone, but does it in a way that still makes sense, where it's just he's reminiscing. That's why it makes this a perfect story to give people. The only one downside, Cassandra Cain's not in here.
Yeah, Cassandra could have been here too. Like
they did represent
very underutilized utilized Batgirls on most time. And then when she is brought into the mix, like right now, she's reinvented as a completely different character.
It's because they were most of the stuff. If you know, most of the stuff covered here is from actually wait a minute. Let me double check something. Hold on.
Okay.
Just a second. To be fair, this started 3 years. Wait a minute, was it 3? No, barely 3 years after No Man's Land ended. She was still gaining her footing. I think Loeb didn't want to utilize her because she still wasn't as fully established as everything else.
Okay.
Because basically, No Man's Land ended December 1999. And Hush started on October 2002.
Oh, okay.
So I think that makes sense. She was still too new for him.
Yeah, and even at the time she eventually ended up getting, after her popularity grew, was not very much used well. Like when she was about to, like but one of my favorite moments is was when Bruce actually promised to adopt her as one of his children alongside Dick, Jason, and Tim, and Damian also. Then Batman R.I.P. happened, and she was then basically put on a shelf.
Well, that was because she was still recovering from what happened with You remember after she got manipulated, they tried to make her a villain, and then they undid it.
And it was at the end of that. At the end of that storyline,
we don't need to draw on Cassandra for this. Sorry.
Yeah.
No, sorry. But overall, this story was damn good overall. This is one of those ones where I could give it to. It's like Superman Up, Up, and Away. A story I can give someone, say, read this, it'll tell you everything.
Yeah. I remember about a decade ago when it was before my parents got divorced and and they were still trying to work on some issues and take interest in my siblings' interests, and like I give my dad to read this, and it was basically like a summary of how Batman's career was brought into at this point.
Yeah, and this is a perfect go-to to read. Again, because all the summaries and everything, like Robin here, and this is like Tim Drake, he helped me out, all that stuff. But again, it makes sense given how this story is being told. People, I don't think, give Loeb enough credit. I mean, granted, a lot of times his stories waver depending from story to story, but this, I cannot think of many flaws with it. And the evolution of Batman and Catwoman's relationship here, it changed forever here.
Yeah.
For good and for ill.
Yeah, good and for ill. It went on pretty well-ish going from it. Then I think after Batman RAP and a Return of Bruce Wayne, it was on a pretty good stable ground there.
Yeah, and then the New 52 happened. And then, it's all about the sex with the mask on.
Yes.
Which, to be fair, I did think Tom King was on the right track at first. At first. Everything up to issue 50 made sense until 50 came out.
Yeah.
Especially I still love it was on the street, it was on a boat. I love that still.
Yeah, it was a good basis also.
There's props to give Tom King, but he botched it.
Yeah. Maybe he also go through some psychological stuff like. Yeah. He is a married man with his own children, and he said, and it was his mother's death that basically pushed him to do Heroes in Crisis.
But I will say this though, I do, and one thing I did like but with this story though, like I said, it made it clear, like he lost Tommy, but he's bouncing back faster than he's done before because of Selina. So I do like it. They make it very clear she is important to him. Even if he's pushing her away, it's forever changed now that what she means to him.
Yeah, and at this point it was still. I think that it was started well, and then I think they were on a. I don't want to quote Friends, but somewhat on a break. But and then when they were brought back together, together pretty well as it was shown, like in Heart of Hush. And then
Dini made it sing. Dini made everything from this story sing. So yeah. Now give me a bit of your thoughts. Like, what would you say if there was anything here that you thought was the weakest element? What would it be?
Weakest.
And by comparison, doesn't mean it was actually bad.
Kind of maybe some oversights that were not realized until they were going on. But the story it did its job.
Agreed. I thought it did its job very well.
Yeah, there are some flaws in it, but you would not. You can't just think it up right now. The good outweighs the flaws so well. Maybe at the point when I start to write the review into my video script eventually, then I probably can notice and write them down as I go over it again.
Yep. Now I will also say this: I do recall when I went to that panel with Jim Lee. This was before the anime movie had came out, but he said he was interested in where it goes and how he was glad they were changing stuff, but I don't think he was expecting the changes they made. And like I said, I'm just that story. The movie I am not a fan of.
Yes. Yeah. When it comes to the movie, I'm gonna go over how the attempts to go to what it was trying to do and retell it, the way
I would
how
say
the
that.
DC animated original movie universe held it back, and then there was also, I already said, the way how it could have been told, like they
Oh.
chickened out on the
Yep.
Hush, on Jason being Hush, and
Yep.
Riddler being the mastermind behind it. They could have done it like in the movie, so that Jason was like a very brief, blink and you miss it era Robin that
Yep.
Riddler figured out, and the whole thing was to expose Batman for having had an extra Robin there between Nightwing
Yep.
and Damian.
Yep. But here's something else. I would say also look at some cases of TV shows adapting stories, like the 90s X-Men adapting the Dark Phoenix saga, and you can use that as a comparison of, because basically that's why I compare the Batman Hush movie to. It's just like a TV show trying to adapt, but still keep it within its own continuity. Although, and now that whenever you get to Death and Return of Superman, that's the case where it did it much better, much closer to the source material, at least for the death. For the death anyway, the return.
Yeah,
not
that first half was done somewhat faithfully to the first one. But the Rain version was pretty much.
That's where
it was also held back to by the continuity the movies were set in. Like instead of Ghost City, it was Metropolis. Instead of Mongol, it was Darkseid.
And so much other stuff. It was just, it drove me nuts. I thought the first half was so good, so faithful. But like I said, that's why I suggest you do when you do your video. Is, look at other television examples and point out where there are cases where it can work. This wasn't one of them. This was a case where the DCA animated movie universe dominated the story they wanted to tell. They were so worried about trying to fit in continuity that they tainted the story.
Yeah. Well, I still have my Disney Plus subscription, but it just renews itself annually on September. So I should
Disney Plus?
Yes.
Wouldn't that be Max?
No, it's HBO Max, or Max doesn't do it yet. But for the X-Men. Well,
the X-Men.
If I gonna rewatch that one, then I'm gonna watch the X-Men animated series from there.
Now, I take it you're an eventually get
but when it comes to HBO Max, that's
right. Sorry,
Max
I got
has not even been brought over here yet. I have been using a VPN to make it so that it's not in Finland, it's somewhere in the US. But then when I try to log into Max, it doesn't recognize my credentials there.
I okay, I understand, man. But I sorry, I realized when you were saying X-Men, I'm like, that's what you meant. I'm like, oh, okay. But when
it comes to the animated movie, if it's not on the Finnish HBO Max, then I'm probably gonna need to look it up from.
Now, I take it. Once you're done with anime movies, you're gonna start looking at going to doing more TV show stuff like X-Men and all that loosely adapted plot story points.
Eventually, probably when I run out of the other materials, then it's probably a natural progression to go to.
Yep. All right then. Well, thank you for joining me, Pika, for finally getting to this story. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
Yeah.
And thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you all on the next one. Take care.
May your heart be your guiding key.